Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with a brand new brew review. Today we are gonna taste another quite special beer. It is a limited edition. It is a champagne beer. You guys know after Dame Jeanne and the anniversaire that I do love me a good champagne beer. But today we are gonna try and test the Finale or Finale 2022 by Grolsch from Holland. This is a beer that I can't recall when they started exactly, but they made this an annual tradition, and actually this is a New Year's Eve beer. Funny thing is that it came out last year during the finale of the World Championship Soccer. Yeah, so it sold out quite quickly. But actually this is brewed by brewmaster Mark Jansen to celebrate the holidays. And this is about as long as you can keep it. I do believe that it goes off next month. Yeah, apparently next month. So it is about time that we drink this. Now, what is so special about this beer? Like I said, it is a champagne beer. In this case, that means that it is brewed with about 40% of grapes, concentrated grape juice from Spain, from several strains of grapes. And it is brewed with a specialty champagne yeast, or at least re-fermented with that special champagne yeast, which means that I expect this to be slightly acidic or sour, also a bit sweet, but mainly very fruity and dry and yeah, quite crisp. All reasons to love champagne beer. It came in this lovely packaging. Yeah, as you guys can see, I like my packaging. And yeah, can't tell you much more about this. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Of course, I do love this bottle. It is a bit eclectic, but still, it's just black, white, and gold. Not too horrible. And it is a festive beer, so yeah, you can have some mistletoe in there and some plants and flowers and whatever, some ornaments. This is a 10.5% ABV beer, so a bit on the high side. And this is an artificial cork, which I generally don't really like. Not that I have anything against artificial cork, it's just get a bit of less grip. Now, first glance, it is slightly hazy. Could be the glass as well. No, it is slightly hazy, very, very pale. Now, of course, it is brewed with 40% grapes. So I wouldn't expect anything dark in this beer because they're also pale malts, of course. But it is a nice golden yellow, some lovely white foam. And as we discussed earlier, this champagne yeast gives really, really tiny, minuscule bubbles as opposed to beer yeast that gives larger bubbles. So we get some denser foam and some lovely pearls inside the glass. A nice, bright, white, thick, dense foam. Actually looks lovely all around. Ooh, that is a very unexpected scent. And by that I mean it smells slightly maltier than I expected, but very fruity. I'm getting some exotic fruit, but not like in an IPA, so no mango or stone fruit. I'm mainly getting, well, of course, grapes, but also a bit of kiwi, a bit of pomelo, a bit of pineapple. So more like the slightly more acidic fruits. And I'd like to say citrus, but that's not entirely true. I'm leaning more towards, like I said, pomelo, like grapefruit, more grapefruit zest, so slightly bitter as well. It smells very complex, absolutely lovely. And what I often find is that in champagne beers, you also get that quite pungent, acidic champagne scent, and that's not the case with this one. So this smells a lot more mellow, fruity, but yeah, on another level. And look at that foam, how it stays on. That nice, dense half centimeter. Exactly what we need to shield our beer from oxidation. So yeah, let's have a taste. Cheers. Oh, wow. Yeah, again, this is very surprising. Um, you do get a champagne or a sparkling wine taste. It is quite dry, sour even, which is not the same as dry, of course, but it is quite dry, it is quite sour. A tiny hint of sweetness in there, but again, very fruity. And very, very highly carbonated. Now you don't see the bubbles in there, but they are there, and you absolutely feel it in the roof of the mouth and the back of the throat as usual. Now, as I always say, we taste by swallowing the beer as opposed to wine where we spit, or we're supposed to spit. But here we actually circulate the volatile components through our nasal cavity and through our throats. And these tiny bubbles actually bring out more aroma while doing that. So cool, very nice. I even get a slightly bit of hoppiness in there, which is very well done. I didn't expect that. Now I am gonna cap this bottle off right away. Talking about carbonation, I want to keep it in there. Ah, yeah, very weird. I smell the grapes, I smell the fruits, but I also smell a bit of wort. This is a very complex beer, and honestly, this is the first champagne beer or méthode champenois that I would actually bring to a cava or a champagne or sparkling wine tasting, because it leans so much towards the sparkling wines. Um, I actually think that Mark Jansen did a very good job here, and he made a perfectly balanced beer, and by that I mean balanced between beer and wine. So now, of course, he can't use more grapes because the law states that a beer is a beverage, an alcoholic beverage, for which more than 50% of the raw materials is grain. So if we have more than 50% grain and 40% grapes, that leaves about 9% or less for the yeast and the hops and stuff. So, but yeah, Jesus, well done. Now, of course, as Belgians, we often like to make fun about the Dutch brewers and beers and brewing traditions, especially Heineken. But yeah, this is yet another Dutch beer that I can only respect, and by extension, I can only respect the brewer that brewed this beer. So, Marek, yeah, great job, man. Well done. Absolutely love this. Now, I do know that it is out of stock and out of range, But if you guys get the chance next year or this year, but I believe around September, October, this will be in stock again, be it the 2023 version. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm getting myself one of these bottles. Even the mouthfeel is right spot on. And I also love the aftertaste. The aftertaste is like, imagine you're drinking champagne, but also a nice La Trappe quadruple with that slightly caramelized malty aftertaste. Imagine that with a slightly sour packaging around it, and you'll have the aftertaste that I'm experiencing right now. So yeah, absolutely lovely. And dangerous as well, because I do get a lot of carbon dioxide, I do get a lot of ethanol, a lot of alcohol in the flavor palette, but I would never have guessed from tasting this that it is a 10.5%. I'd say somewhere around 8, maybe 8.5, but 10.5, wowee. So yeah, be responsible and share the bottle. Fantastic beer. On that note, yeah, I'm gonna close off by quoting this, and I would quote this a well-deserved 4 out of 5, maybe even a 4.25. Give it a bit extra, but yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, 4.25 it is. As usual, if you guys like this video, let me know down in the comments, or hit the thumbs up, or do both. If you want to support this channel, just share one of my videos. And yeah, if you have anything to say, to ask, whatever, leave it down in the comments. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and you'll get notified whenever I upload something. Cheers, you guys. See you next week.